Planning and executing great dates is an essential part to having a thriving love life. Going on dates is how two people are going to determine if they are compatible, if there is chemistry, if it is a good match. But contrary to popular belief, planning over-the-top or expensive dates early on can actually be a turnoff and signals overinvestment. Instead, planning fun but low-key dates is a great way to get to know a woman. So in this video, I am going to share 6 of my favorite low-key date ideas, plus some tips on how to execute on them. If we haven't met before, my name is Blaine, I'm a dating coach for men, and welcome to my channel. One of my favorite low-key date ideas when the weather is good is a picnic in the park. This requires a little advanced planning, but nothing crazy, and you really only need 3 things. First, you're gonna need some snacks. My personal favorite park picnic snacks is to bring a cutting board, bring some cheese, a piece of fruit, maybe some crackers or meats. You've got a charcuterie. It looks like a lot of effort, but it's actually quite simple. If that's not your thing, think about making or picking up sandwiches. Something that's easy to eat with your hands and doesn't require forks and knives is what you want to go for. The second thing you need is something to drink. Wine, in my opinion, is great for this. Just don't forget a couple cups and a wine opener. But if wine isn't your vibe, then really anything that you want to drink will do. There is lots of alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages that come in cans, which are super easy to transport and then you can just throw away after. And lastly, you need something to sit on. You can basically use any blanket as a picnic blanket. Just keep in mind if the ground is going to be wet, you might want to get a waterproof blanket or something a little bit thicker, or even 2 lightweight foldable chairs work really well. And if you really want to shine, consider bringing a deck of cards or a fun 2-person game that you can teach her and you can play together. My personal favorite is Gin Rummy. It is easy to learn and easy to teach. Make pizzas. Ladies love a man who can cook, and making pizzas might be easier than you think. Plus, I love an interactive date where you're gonna be working together. You're gonna need a few simple things for this. You're gonna need pizza dough, which you can get at most grocery stores, or better yet, go to a pizza restaurant and they will oftentimes sell you just the dough. You're gonna need your toppings, so get some sauces, maybe red and white, and then just get a variety of toppings so you can mix and match and try each other's combinations, maybe have some friendly debate about which one is best. And lastly, you're gonna need a surface to cook it on. So grab a pizza stone on Amazon, super simple, or if you have a grill, you can grill your pizza. It's possible. For bonus points, arrange your toppings into aesthetic little bowls or piles and get everything cut up and prepped in advance. She will be impressed. Also, a side note, assuming you are inviting her into your home to cook pizzas, this is going to make a better second or even third date than a first date. And make sure your home is presentable for guests when she gets there. Visit a farmer's market. Talk about a 2-for-1 deal. You can do your grocery shopping and go on a date at the same time. No, but really, farmer's markets make great first dates because they're casual. You don't have to get dressed up fancy or worry too much about what you're wearing. They aren't awkward because you are literally walking around. There are so many things to observe and talk about, and it's okay to walk in silence and be, talking to the vendors or checking out what's on the tables. And there's literally something for everybody. No matter what either of your dietary restrictions are, you're going to be able to find snacks and bites to nibble on, and it's a good way to get to know each other's preferences. The best part is that unlike pizza making, which you probably want to have done before you invite a woman to do it with you, you do not need to be a farmer's market regular to pull off this date. Literally just Google farmer's markets in your area, check the weather forecast to make sure it's looking good, and go for it. Grab drinks at a dive bar. You probably don't need me to tell you that a bar or grabbing drinks is always an option on a date, but you might not realize that your favorite grungy dive bar could be even better. This is true because your goal, especially early on a date, is not to impress a woman. Your goal is to get to know one another, and dive bars tend to be casual, relaxed, and good opportunities to just see if there is a vibe between you. Just make sure that some aspect of the bar is special to you. So this might mean that they have the best martini in town, or they have your favorite video game in the corner, or you just love the decor. Sharing that with her is going to give her the opportunity to learn something new about you. Enjoy a bike ride. You do not need to be a serious cyclist to enjoy a bike date, and you don't even need to own a bike. Renting bikes and getting outdoors is the perfect way to enjoy an active afternoon with your crush. You just need to do a little advanced planning to prepare. You want to know where you're going to pick up or rent bikes. You also want a destination in mind, and you want to make sure the route to get there is scenic. So if you're riding along a busy freeway with, semis blaring at you, probably not the relaxing afternoon she had in mind. But if you're going along a nice sidewalk, maybe there's a waterway or just limited traffic, it can be super fun. And then with the destination, you're gonna have that added bonus of grabbing a bite to eat or a drink or just a beautiful view at the end. Grab a juice or coffee and take a walk. I know a walk might not seem like it qualifies as a date, but hear me out. Walks can actually be great low-key dates precisely because they are super simple and it allows you to focus on getting to know the woman you are with. You just need to keep two things in mind when you're planning it. First, make sure you have a scenic route in mind. Just like with riding your bikes, if you are along a busy highway where you can barely hear each other speak, it is not going to go well. Instead, pick a route through a neighborhood that you specifically enjoy or through a park that you like. And then second, make sure you incorporate a treat along the way to make it feel special. This could be a coffee, a juice, a walktail, or even a dessert at the beginning, middle, or end of the date. This is going to make it feel like something a little better than just a walk. Fun fact, the first date I ever went on with my husband was getting green juices and going on a walk around his favorite neighborhood. So clearly it works. What's your favorite date? The dog part.